Hello and welcome to my awesome health journey. This is my weekly update, or actually kind of two weeks updates because I didn't really make one last week. I just most about talking about words. I mostly talked about relearning to walk, and the last 2 weeks I've been going through that process, and it has been interesting. For instance, I think that my ankle has been improving, and while it does tend to make my butt tired faster and also works my hamstrings a little bit more, I think overall it takes less energy, probably because I have a very powerful gluteus maximus. Um, I think I told you in my walking video when I do the lift up where I just put all the power in my legs, a lot of times it pushes me forward because there's just so much energy and I'm not jumping, but it feels like I have to jump and I can hop. And remember, I'm like, at least if I haven't weighed myself, I plan on weighing myself in 2 weeks. I mean, at best, I'm around low 360s, and at worst, I am still in the 380s. But I think I'm probably in 370s with how freaking loose this shirt is. But yeah, so that is 370 pounds being lifted off the air. So that's a lot of power back there. So yeah, my ankle hurts a little bit, mostly because with my family, we went down to Eugene for my cousin's graduation, and just being in the car for 3.5 hours in the back seat, and there's really no good way to put my feet that just doesn't cause my ankle to hurt, even with a couple minute breaks you get every once in a while when you stop to go to the bathroom or something on a trip. My right ankle was hurting so much that someone at Orange Theater even noticed that it had a noticeable limp. But it was just pain, you know. Sometimes I get sick of saying that. It's just pain. I mean, I'm just used to so much pain. But the fun part is also, as I was talking about a couple weeks ago, how I'm feeling better and I'm able to move better. But that also means I'm able to push harder. That also means I'm able to do more things. That also means I'm able to push myself harder in things I had to not bend as much, and especially this movement, these muscles are so sore, and I can do more crunches and things like that. So like my body's getting sore again, and as I was talking about before, the working on walking, I've noticed my butt and my hamstrings have been more sore. Been able to bend more in squats and in lunges more consistently, which causes my legs to be more sore. So I'm getting sore again. So when it comes to walking, the things I'm mostly focusing on, I think it's all I really need to focus on, because I think if I ever get to the point where I do jog, I have to relearn how to do that. But number one is keeping my feet straight. I have to put a concentration of keeping my feet straight. As I mentioned in my walking video, I'm bow-legged, and when growing up, I was pigeon-toed. So my feet kind of naturally want to point in a little bit, or kind of wobble. My knees kind of like go out a little bit, out in. So I concentrate on keeping my feet straight, and then hitting the balls of my feet, and pushing balls of my feet, balls of my feet, balls of my feet, balls of my feet, like that. And then with the toes pushing off, and imagining the energy going up my calves, up my hamstrings, and pushing out on my butt, which causes just a natural push forward, and then swinging my hips, using that push to push my hip forward so that other leg will come. And also, when you push, like before when I walked, I noticed that how I hit when I would over with my leg, my ankle part of this would just swing, right? Which is part of the things that hurts on my right ankle, is this part, like right here. And a lot of that's from that swinging that happened. But when you push off, I want to make sure my feet don't like scrape on the floor or anything, or scrape. So I'm flicking up quickly, also with that brace. And I think that's something I was doing wrong as well. I probably don't need to do as much of the flack to the back with my ankle. That after I push off, that I fling it forward and to get ready for the next step, because the next step, instead of going flat and then bam, flat on my foot like I need to go on the heel, so I need to get that foot around quicker. So I think that's going to be better for my ankle. So yeah, so on a whole, I noticed that the way I get tired is a little different. But the thing happened yesterday is I really couldn't push. Yesterday, really couldn't push my heart as hard on the tread, and actually had to push harder towards the end of it was a 3G, so it was a 14-minute tread. And so I'm thinking that maybe my body is getting better at this, right? And maybe I'm noticing a positive effect on learning how to walk again. Or maybe walk for the first time, as I mentioned. But overall, so far, like, this month has been really good. Like, one thing that's been really bothering me overall is my slow growth this year. You know, at the beginning of the year, I averaged I don't have my sheet up, but I think it was around 3.06, and then I got 3.08, and then my ankle hurt, and I think I got sick, and things happened. Then I got down to 3.06 again, and 3.07. So I really wanted to get 3.1, and it didn't happen until May, and I wanted that to happen in February, March, especially March. I really wanted it in March. It didn't happen until May. In May, I barely got 3.1, and this month, June, I pushed that up to a 3.18, 3.19. So that's a 0.07 jump, which is really good. So yeah. So I was just having a steady lull due to probably injuries and stuff. And so, yeah. So I'm really happy with that overall. I'm happy with my progress. I do wish my body felt better. It doesn't feel great in the pain aspect of it. And of course, I wish I was like 100 pounds less and all that fun stuff. But it's all about progress. They say the joy is in the journey, not the destination. But the thing is, when it comes to healthy living, it's all about the journey, because the destination is death. And I don't want to die. And so the joy is in the journey, because journey is life. And I just want to keep on pushing that destination as far as it can go. Go away, destination, go away, because there's no end point to this. This is all about going out and doing your best every day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Feeling like it is the enemy of working out. If you feel like you need to feel like working out to work out, you already lost, because it's so easy not to feel like it. If you feel like you don't feel like it, but you do it anyway, because that's what you have to do to push off that destination, because you want to live as long as you can, so you can be surrounded by the people who love you and the people you love, and experience this joy of life, or defy God for wanting to take you out of it, you gotta move. I gotta move. So, take that, God. I'm not going yet. I'm moving. I love you for who you are. I hope you have an amazing day. And thank you for all your support. And as always, you are worthy.